Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing 1, 2,
Testing 1,
3.
2, 3.
Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 10 seconds.
When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lange. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and Fortifeye Vitamins. Dr. Lange is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lange.
Okay, good morning and welcome to Ask the Doctor. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Lange of the Lange Eye Institute and Fortifeye Vitamins. If you've got a question regarding your vision, eye care, or a nutritionally related topic, pick up the phones and give us a call. And I say us because it's also Dr. Richard Hall, who's co-hosting the show this morning. 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. If you're new to the program, who's Dr. Lange? I'm a board-certified optometric physician, a certified nutritional specialist, founded Lange Eye Care and Associates March 15th of 1993, and the Lange Eye Institute about 20 years ago. Fortifeye Vitamins about 20 years ago. We opened 14 offices in the state of Florida, 3 LASIK surgery centers, and I've been hosting Ask the Doctor since April of 1993. Folks, that's over 30 years. So time flies when you're having fun. And you can learn more at drmichaellange.com, just DR, no period after it, drmichaellange.com. And you can also follow me on Instagram and YouTube and LinkedIn. Now, there's a lot of fake Instagram and Facebooks out there. Remember, my Instagram has a blue check on it. So if you think you've been chatting with me, Dr. Lange, on Messenger or something like that, it's probably a fake. And remember, I'm never going to ask you for money. Never give money out over the internet. Never. It's always a scam. I don't care if it's a philanthropic, organization. I don't care if, somebody's in dire need of money. It's always a scam. So be very careful. A lot of people are being catfished. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. All right. I know we did. Scuba Scott's in the studio with me this morning. Scoobs, did you have enough to eat for Thanksgiving, my friend?
Actually, I cut back on the carbs. It was really good, though.
Yeah. Cut back on the carbs, right?
Yeah, no alcohol either. I'm losing too much weight. So,
well, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about digestion today, and we're going to talk about how things like too many carbohydrates, too large a meal, alcohol, caffeine, chocolate, sugar. We're going to go over all that. We're going to talk about digestion and how important your digestive health is. Believe it or not, poor digestion is the root cause of a whole host of health problems. So if you want to improve your immune system, your heart, your brain, your sleep, all of this, believe it or not, we improve your digestion. And Dr. Hall and I are going to both talk about this. Doc Hall, good morning. How are you? And how was your Thanksgiving, my friend?
Good morning. Welcome, friends. Good to see you this morning, Dr. Lange and Scoobs. Everyone about done with Thanksgiving leftovers?
I don't know. We're going to have it. I got a refrigerator full. I had it this morning for breakfast.
There's lots of football and holiday movies on today and Sunday, so I'm sure the leftover situation will correct itself one way or another. And I didn't have that. I didn't go all out with the Thanksgiving. So I don't have those big leftover problems like that. So one day is good for me. If I have enough Thanksgiving food for that one day, I'm good. And then I move on. Hey, today is National Small Business Saturday, so be sure to support your local small business. That mom and pop down on the corner that you hope is always there and never goes away. Well, give them a little support today. Show them that you're glad that they're there. I didn't do a walk or a hike this morning, which is unusual. Everybody, we got together for a walk and talk with Doc, but we did it on Thanksgiving Day, early morning. It was a fun run we got involved with, and it was very, very nice to see everybody. And I think next year we're probably going to put together a Fortifeye performance team, and we'll all show up and do our thing. And but it was a good time. We had a lot of people. I rode down with two good friends and some other of our group. They had a big band, so we all rode down together and participated. And then afterwards, we stopped for a little side thing there for what do you call it, tailgating. And afterwards, it was kind of nice. And then we got back home, and everybody, excuse me, went their separate ways. But anyway, that was my Thanksgiving morning. And then, so it was very nice. It was very restful, and I got some time off. And so that was good. And it was kind of neat. The runners, it was a non-timed charity run. And a lot of the people dressed up like pilgrims and turkeys and all kinds of stuff. So it was a lot of fun. And we'll see what goes on next year. I think I saw Santa and his elves there too, but maybe that was just the early morning hour then I was dreaming. But anyway, that was my Thanksgiving, and I hope everybody had a good one. And we look forward now to the other holidays coming up, and that's going to be fun too. We get maybe a little extra time off for that too, so that'll be good. It's always good to get some time off, relax, reflect, and refocus. And this is a good time of year to do that. Sometimes we get so caught up in the old term of hustle and bustle during the holidays that we kind of lose ourselves sometimes, so it's good to sit down and refocus a little bit and get that target back in place, that get on the path, stay on the path, and go from there. But we have a big show planned today, Dr. Lange. We're going to, as you said, we're going to talk a lot about digestion and protein. I got a little segment here that's going to help you remember what protein is for, carbohydrates and fats are for in our diet. And seems to be a little confusion with that, but we'll get to that in a little bit. And so I'm going to turn it back over to you. And good morning, Scoobs. Glad to see you.
All right. The Doc Hall Annual Turkey Day Run could be a big event. So we're talking a little bit about digestion. Fortifeye, we have realized at Fortifeye that digestion is a big problem. So we created the Fortifeye Digestive Bundle years ago, and literally hundreds of you are taking advantages of this. I got to tell you, during the Black Friday special yesterday, wow, we had thousands of orders. It's amazing. We did a Black Friday gig for the whole week, and we sold more of the Fortifeye vitamins at a dramatic discount than we ever have before. So I want to thank all of you that participated in that. And thank you for supporting Fortifeye Vitamins. You got a really good deal. Once a year, we do that for the Black Friday, usually just Black Friday. Last year, we did it on Black Friday, but the computer shut down. We had too many orders coming in, so we did it for the whole week. But you can still get great deals at fortifeye.com if you go to the bundle section. The bundle section is a better discount, believe it or not, than the Black Friday deal, and you get free shipping. So go to fortifeye.com. That's FORTIFEYE, fortifeye.com. Go to the bundle section. You can see where we bundled things together at a dramatic discount, like the Fortifeye Digestive Bundle. So we're taking our probiotics, we're taking our enzymes, and the enzymes are a culmination of a variety of enzymes that break down protein, carbs, fats. Plus, we've added catalase to it, minerals and probiotics in the enzymes. And catalase is interesting. Most enzymes, you do not have catalase in it, so you'll buy catalase by itself. It's crucial at protecting cells from oxidative damage and reactive oxygen species. That's ROS. It helps to break down hydrogen peroxide so it doesn't destroy the cell. So we put that catalase into our enzymes. So you can buy the enzymes by themselves at $32. Remember, you take the enzymes before any cooked meal, 5 minutes before. And then the probiotics you take usually in bedtime or first thing in the morning. And the probiotics are the good bacteria that we put into the body because oftentimes the bad bacteria goes away. And that's why we have these digestive problems. Remember, Digestive health is crucial for overall health. I repeat, digestive health is crucial for overall health. 80% of your immune system occurs in your gut. I'm repeating that again. 80% of your immune system starts in your gut. That's called the microbiome. That's gut health. This has hundreds of microorganisms. They live in your gut and your intestines. Bacteria, viruses, and fungus. They're not all bad. Many of them are very good, so you don't want to kill them all. So poor gut health is affiliated with a lot of things. Obesity, diabetes, eye problems, just about every eye problem known to man, autoimmune diseases, chronic fatigue syndrome, all sorts of skin disorders, types of cancers. The list goes on just from poor gut health. And so we need to have a healthy gut. And we're going to talk about that today on this show. Some of the symptoms of this, and each and every one of you listening right now probably have some of this: bloating, gas, constipation, or just the opposite, diarrhea, heartburn, cramps, pains in your stomach. And you can have digestive problems and not have any symptoms at all. And you know, with Thanksgiving just passed, a lot of you overate. So overeating greasy food, fatty food, spicy food contributes to this. All right. Eating too fast. You got to slow down. Chew the food 30, 40 times. That's when digestion starts, when you chew your food. All right. Do not use any mouthwash. I repeat, just throw the mouthwash away. Maybe it's better to have bad breath than sweet breath. All right. You don't have to have bad breath. You can still brush your teeth and use some kind of, atypical toothpaste that has coconut oil and salts and things like that instead of the stuff that kills everything. So when you use mouthwash, it kills off the bacteria. So never use mouthwash before or right after eating. You can use mouthwash before your hot date, okay? But not before you eat, because it kills off the bacteria that starts to break down the food, and also causes nitric oxide, dietary nitrates not to convert to nitric oxide, cause the vasodilator effects. So people that use mouthwash frequently actually have elevated blood pressure. Remember, caffeine and chocolate and sodas and tap water, processed food, sugar, dehydration, all sorts of drugs also contribute to poor digestive health. All right, we're going to open up the phone lines. Give us a call. You're listening to Ask the Doctors this morning. It's a few days after Thanksgiving, and it's 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. Also, you can come to the Fortifeye Nutrition Center today from 11 to 12. I'll be there from 11 to 12, only for an hour. So 11 to 12, Fortifeye Nutrition Center in Clearwater, right there on McMullen Booth Road. Remember, you can see Doc Hall at the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages during the week, and for free nutritional consultations. Also, Dr. Susan Somerton, Dr. Lori Caputi, myself, and we're expanding the Lange Eye Institute. We're actually going to be adding 3 new state-of-the-art examination rooms that are really cool. They have this ambiance, this light that sets the mood. We can actually put red light with this technology to help you relax. Or we can use blue light to hype you up if you want. So we're expanding the Lange Eye Institute. We've been blessed to be extremely busy. The snowbirds are back. So we're going to put 3 new exam rooms in. We already put all new flooring in. So come on by. Check us out at the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages. That's right there at County Road 101 and 466. I'm going to give you the phone number twice for the Lange Eye Institute. Get a pen and paper. The number is 352-753-4014. 352-753-4014. And call the SAP appointment to see any of the eye doctors or Dr. Hall for that free nutritional consultation. So what are some common digestive disorders? All right. IBS, IBD. What's IBD? Well, that's like Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis. Even people with food intolerances are going to have digestive problems. GERD. All right. Also, we talked about constipation. So there's a lot of things we can do naturally to help your digestion. And we're going to expand on that in a few minutes. But one more time, phone lines are open, 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. Doc Hall, one thing that you see oftentimes is patients that not only are overweight, they've got a big belly and they're having trouble. They got pain, they're having constipation or just the opposite, cramps in their stomach. And then when you sit down and talk to them about their diet, we find out why. And when we get them healthier, it helps their eye problems. We have so many people that have all these itises in their eye, keratoconjunctivitis sicca, all right, iritis, uveitis, scleritis, retinitis. All these itises are inflammation in their eye. And if we help get their digestion down, then they can lose weight. Cortisol goes down, inflammation goes down as well. And that's something that you really kind of specialize in and help our patients on a daily basis. How about you expand a little on that?
Absolutely, Dr. Lange. When you mention about all of the itises, as we say in the eye, we transfer that right to the whole body with arthritis, bursitis, and all the other itises that go along with it. And it's basically inflammation. And the body's out of tune, the body's out of whack at that point. And you have to get it back in balance. I see people all the time that it's a digestive problem. They're complaining, all the time of feeling full, of they kind of this uneasy feeling, and they just don't want to do anything. They just want to sit and try to let this. It's kind of like eating Thanksgiving dinner all the time. When you eat Thanksgiving dinner, what do you want to do? You want to get to that recliner and just, relax and lay back until the food can digest. Well, a lot of people are in that same situation day to day. That's how they live their life. And so we have to pick up that digestion process and give the body what it needs. And a lot of people, they're just stuffing their body with a lot of filler foods, as I call them. They're nutrition-wise and nutrient-wise, I should say. They're just void. They just have nothing there. And so what we try to do is build up that digestive system with probiotics and our digestive enzymes, which we have as a bundle. They both work excellent together. So if you're having problems with that, or you think that might be one of the problems, certainly you can come talk to me about it. But also that could be the end all for you as far as getting some relief there and getting the system moving. Your body's made to move. So is your digestive system. It's meant to process food and move on. That's what the whole thing is. And when your system's slowed down like that, your metabolism slows down. And again, you get that feeling of, I just don't want to do anything. I just want to sit. So it's kind of hard to get you into that exercise and energy cycle, as we call it, because you just don't feel like it anymore. So this could be one of those ways that we can help you.
Yep. Remember, digestive bundle. Just go to Fortifeye, go to the bundle section, digestive bundle. You get the enzymes and the probiotics, and these are acid stable, so the acid in your stomach is not going to break it down. And so a lot of people don't have the acid in the stomach they need as they age. So what can we do naturally? What can we do naturally to help with digestive issues and make you healthier and less predisposed to developing a whole host of these diseases and immune compromisation? Well, eliminate what causes these problems. So believe it or not, I'm going to give you a list of a few foods that if you just eliminate it, I mean, if everybody eliminates it, it'd probably be healthier. Eliminate corn, gluten, that's wheat, barley, and rye, soy, all right, and dairy. These are the highest food sensitivities. Now let's expand on dairy. I think you can eat dairy as long as it comes from an A2 cow, so A2 cow's milk, or goat's milk, or sheep milk, or goat cheese, or sheep cheese, and yogurts are probably better because they've been fermented. So I think that helps out. So if you eliminate corn, gluten, soy, and dairy, you're probably going to have less problems. Now, everybody doesn't have these issues. So if you really want to be able to find out, you go to your physician and have a food sensitivity test done. That's very simple, and you can find out what you have a sensitivity to. So the correct diet. Doc Hall expands on this on a daily basis at our office. The correct diet. I developed the Lange survival diet. I developed it so I could remove all the things that are bad for your gut, right? So we removed the lectins, the gluten, the FODMAPs, the phytic acid, the sugar, the alkaloids, the protease inhibitors, et cetera, et cetera. So I took everything that's supposedly bad out. So there's only 2 foods you can eat on it, right? No, there's a whole list of foods you can eat. So check it out, Google it, Lange's Survival Diet, and you can see what you can eat. And believe it or not, if you follow the foods that are on the Lange Survival Diet on the website at Dr. Michael Lange, you can see it also. There's a whole bunch of recipes that I've put on there and pictures of the recipes that we've developed. So it makes it very easy. You can lose weight, you'll be healthier. Remember, your digestive health is going to improve, so your overall health will improve. Hydration. We talk about dehydration and hydration. We talk about it when we talk about heart arrhythmias. We talk about dry eye, how everybody's dehydrated. Well, also, this is a root cause of digestive problems. So you got to drink more water, good water. All right. So like spring water, wata water, purified water sometimes. The problem with purified water, when you use reverse osmosis, it takes all the minerals out. So if you're going to use RO water, I like to actually remineralize it, chop up some oranges and a cucumber and put a little pink Himalayan sea salt in it, let it sit for a few hours before you drink it. Remember, I started talking about chewing your food more. Start chewing your food 20, 30 times. That's going to help dramatically. A little trick of the trade, a little apple cider vinegar, a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in a cup of water. Drink it down before your meals. Remember, enzymes. We talked about that. The Fortifeye enzymes before your cooked meals. You don't need to take them before a salad. And then probiotics, the Fortifeye probiotics, first thing in the morning or at night. I like it on an empty stomach. It tends to work a little bit better. Also, fermented foods. So add some fermented foods to your diet. So what are fermented foods? Kimchi, sauerkraut, yogurt, kefir, kombucha, all right? I add some fermented foods, and here's the one that you're going to love, especially the women, collagen. So collagen is very good for digestive health. You can drink some bone broth. Believe it or not, the skin from salmon is good. Our new Fortifeye Rejuvenate that's coming out very soon, I keep saying that, is going to have a collagen tripeptide, one of the first in America. Our Fit Pro that is also coming out very soon is going to have collagen, grass-fed collagen in it. So collagen is good for digestive health. Also, it's good for your skin, hair, nails, and ligaments, tendons, and joints. Remember, no mouthwash kills off the good bacteria, can elevate your blood pressure, can reduce the vasodilation effects. And then when we talk about gluten, let's start substituting pasta with quinoa, amaranth, or buckwheat. Now, remember, you got to soak this stuff overnight. There's no gluten in it, but it's high in something called phytic acid. So if you soak the quinoa, the amaranth, and buckwheat overnight, then pour it off before you cook it in the morning, it reduces the phytic acid that can cause some gastric problems and some mineral deficiencies. So if we soak it, it's good for you. Same thing with rice. Remember, rice is high in arsenic. So we want to soak the rice. You want to use white rice. You want to use basmati white rice or sushi grade white rice. And this is what you got to do with the rice. You wash it, you soak it, you wash it, then you cook it. And it reduces the arsenic levels. Doc Hall and I were lecturing down at a conference down in South Florida for Fortifeye Vitamins a few years back. And we were sitting through a conference, a lecture right before us, talking about rice and arsenic. And Doc Hall and I, we were pretty shocked. Remember that, Doc?
I absolutely do. In fact, we had flown in for that show, and we were starving, and we got to the conference just in time. And so, as folks know, my job for when we travel like that is to find the good restaurants for us. Your job is to find the gym so we can train. And so you leaned over at the conference and you said, "Are you hungry?" I said, "Starving." So I'd already picked out a little restaurant that featured Asian cuisine, Asian food, and so that rice goes with that. And right when I told Dr. Lange, I got it all set. It's the restaurant's right here in the building, so we're good. And as soon as he gives his last word up there on the stage, we're out of here. And about that time, he says, "Oh, folks, one more thing. I need to tell you this about how many here eat rice?" And just about everybody raised their hand. And he says, "Well, I hate to tell you, but the arsenic levels in rice are outrageous." And Dr. Lang and I did the triple take at each other, like, what? And so we had to do a little bit of revision there, but it was shocking. We all knew that there was arsenic levels in there, and we took some precautions to clean it up. But my goodness, I didn't know that the levels were that high, and I don't think you did either, Dr. Lang.
No, no, I really didn't. And, I stopped eating rice, but I love rice. And, rice can be a good carbohydrate. So, like I said, I've researched it. And if you soak your rice overnight, preferably get organic rice, start with the basmati or the sushi grade. You soak it overnight, then you wash it. Well, first you wash it really good, then you soak it overnight, then you wash it again, then you cook it. And, it reduces the arsenic dramatically. So I've got somebody actually, before we take this question, I want to give everybody the phone number. The phone number, if you want to give us a call, is 1-877-969-8600. Remember, no matter how simple or complicated your question is, we'll try to answer it to the best of our ability. The consultation is free. This never replaces an eye evaluation or medical evaluation. What we talk about in this show is for educational purposes only. That's great. My attorneys are happy now. So give us a call at 1-877-969-8600, 1-877-969-8600. So somebody's asking me here on Instagram, Dr. Lang, I've been eating brown rice for years. Isn't brown rice better than white rice? It's a good question. Well, brown rice has a little more fiber in it, and so fiber is definitely good, but brown rice also has more arsenic in it. And Consumer Labs and all these other people have actually tested it. So brown rice has the highest amount of arsenic. So I used to, be into the macrobiotic way, and I used to have a lot of brown rice and azuki beans and seaweed and stuff like that. And now I don't eat brown rice at all because you can get your fiber from other places, from, fresh vegetables and fruits. You don't need to get it from rice. So we want to decrease the arsenic. So go to white rice and don't eat it all the time. Remember, we can start substituting pasta and rice with quinoa, amaranth, and buckwheat. Now, they can, and when they process rice for protein, all right, they're removing all the bad stuff and removing all the arsenic. So there are some vegan protein powders out there that are pea and rice, and then there's no arsenic, and they test for that. And you always want to make sure they're third-party tested, and you want to check for any contaminants in it. So I personally would stay away from brown rice. Now, every now and then that's fine. I mean, heck, every now and then you can have chocolate brownie and chocolate ice cream and a king cake, So stay away from the brown rice, except every now and then stay with a good grade of white rice. All right, so talking a little bit more about what we can do naturally, obviously eliminating some of the foods. We talked about that: corn, gluten, soy, and dairy. Go to a diet like Lange's Survival Diet. Drink more water. Chew your food more. Try some apple cider vinegar. Do enzymes right before your meal and probiotics after, at bedtime or first thing in the morning. Eat more fermented food like kimchi, sauerkraut, yogurt, kefir, kombucha. Take some collagen supplements or take some bone broth, or eat the fish, the skin, especially on wild salmon. Don't be using the mouthwash. Remember, substitute quinoa, amaranth, and buckwheat for pasta, but soak it. Soak your rice. If you're going to eat bread, a lot of us love bread, right? Sprouted or fermented. That means sourdough bread or sprouted bread. That's going to aid your digestion dramatically. Now, here's one: omega-3. So a lot of you have taken the over-the-counter omega-3 or the prescription omega-3. Folks, that has ethanol attached to the backbone. That's an ethyl ester molecule. And that is like adding gasoline to a fire. So if you have digestive issues and you put ethanol in your stomach, that's why we said don't drink any booze, right? Well, an ethyl ester molecule causes gastric distress, excuse me, of your mucosal lining. And that's why you belch up kind of a nasty, fishy taste when you take those over-the-counter fish oils. Now, prescription fish oil and some over-the-counter companies are trying to get around that by enteric coating them. That means it won't dissolve until you go into your small intestine. So if you look at an omega-3 fish oil and it doesn't look clear, yellow and clear, then and it's cloudy, that means it's either spoiled or it has an enteric coating, and that means it's an ethyl ester molecule. So there is a new study that came out recently that ethyl ester fish oil, especially high dosages, is affiliated with atrial fibrillation. So now it can be bad for your digestion, and it can be bad for your atrial fibrillation. So my theory here is get omega-3 from good fish or from a good quality omega-3 fish oil. How do you know if it's a good quality omega-3 fish oil? Make sure it says RTG form or TG form or natural triglyceride. RTG is our Fortifeye Super Omega and our Super Omega 3 Max. It's made in Norway. Norway is kind of, the Norwegians are what the Bordeaux, France region is to wine. Oslo, Norway is to the omega-3 industry. So make sure it comes from Norway. Make sure it is a RTG form or a TG form. And then you're not going to worry about it affecting your digestive system. Also, here's a kicker. A lot of you are going to be doomed because of this one. Read labels. And Doc Hall is always preaching read labels. No sucralose, that's artificial sweeteners. No asulfate potassium, no carrageenan, no aspartame, and no dyes. Look at your protein package and look at your pre-workout and your post-workout. It has all of those in it. Sucralose, asulfate potassium, carrageenan, aspartame, and dyes. And that's going to disrupt the microbiome in your gut. It's going to denature and kill off the good bacteria. It's going to cause all sorts of potential problems. So if you're going to use stevia or monk fruit, that's okay, but stay away from sucralose, asulfate, potassium, carrageenan, and aspartame. Doc Hall, isn't that one of our pet peeves? I mean, think about it. Look at our protein labels. We don't have any of that in there, do we?
Absolutely not. And that's what I'm most proud of our protein. Had a patient come in a couple of weeks ago, and she brought her protein, and she wanted, me to give the okay if it was good or not good or whatever. It had 26 ingredients in it. Okay. And some were just the very ones that you mentioned. It was flavored with our sugared up with and sweetened with sucralose, and it had also some aspartame included. You've got two artificial sweeteners right there that are horrible for you. And plus it had artificial color. Why do you need an artificial color in a protein? I never understood that. You're just going to drink it. So who cares if it's blue or pink or yellow or whatever it is? But anyway, on our bag protein, I'm so proud of this because it's big in front, right on the front label, is our ingredients. There's two, folks, just two. All right. The protein itself, a grass-fed protein, whey protein, and sunflower lecithin. That's it. That's all. There's no hidden anything. There's no special formulas or hidden ingredients or big $10 words on there. Just those two ingredients, folks. That's it. And that's what makes ours the number one protein for you. Why put something in your body? Protein. I need protein. I'm fighting this and I'm fighting that, and I want to lose weight, or I want to gain some muscle, and maybe I'm fighting sarcopenia and I need a little bit of help here. Why would you take a protein that has 26 ingredients in there, and they're all bad for you? The only thing that was worthwhile in this whole container that she had actually was probably the protein itself, but I'm not sure where the protein came from. And as you know, Dr. Lange, we're sticklers with this. We only get our let's put it this way: we don't get our protein from some countries that we're just not sure of.
Yeah, that's a big problem. I mean, we get our grass-fed whey protein that I've been holding up. This comes from the UK, grass-fed cows. All right, it's non-denatured, grass-fed UK cows, and then the super protein I'm holding up comes from New Zealand. All right, and this is grass-fed, also non-denatured. Folks, if it doesn't say grass-fed, non-denatured, and where the cows come from, I wouldn't buy it because it's coming from feedlot, genetically modified cows, feedlot grain, fed genetically modified, high in omega-6, so it's pro-inflammatory. If it's fed grass, it's high in omega-3, anti-inflammatory. So once again, Fortifeye Vitamins, our whole motto is right ingredients, right science, right for you. Right ingredients, right science, right for you. We develop things that we're going to take, our family are going to take, our loved ones, our patients, our friends are going to take. So we want the best of the best. So check it all out at fortifeye.com.
Dr. Lange?
Fortifeye.com. And remember, we're a very transparent company. There's a lot of companies out there that get in trouble with the law, and they're hiding things. They do a blend, says 5,000 milligrams of something, but they don't tell you what's in it. They put everything but the kitchen sink in it. And so you got to be very, very leery of these. If they're not telling you what's in it, they're not proud. They must be hiding something. So make sure it says exactly what's in it. Like our organic blue-green superfood, we tell you how much pineapple, how much kale, how much broccoli. We tell you exactly what's in it. So transparency is very, very important. I think that's one reason Fortifeye Vitamins has become very, very popular. So check it out at fortifeye.com, Fortifeye. And we're getting loaded up on a few calls. Let's see. Let's go to Steve in Clearwater first. Steve, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, you know that thing I told you about arsenic, that it can help convert thionine to taurine, which might be good for the retina and stuff?
Right.
Well, there's something else that I found, that there have been bacteria found that live in low phosphate lakes, where there's not enough phosphate for the animal to create either enough bone or enough adenine dinucleotide phosphate,
Wow.
The ATP and ATP.
Right, right.
And the bacteria have learned that they can take arsenic and replace the phosphorus with arsenic. It's not quite as effective in terms of energy transfer, but it can be used to produce a alternate form in the Krebs cycle of ADP and ATP. So, some things are bad, some things are good, but where I actually learned this was, there's a group of people who study exobiology. How could things live on other planets?
Right.
And, like silicon instead of carbon. Well, one of the substitutions possible is arsenic for phosphorus.
Uh-huh. Interesting. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, there you go. There's a good useless fact for the day.
Steve, did you have a good Thanksgiving, Steve?
I had a fantastic Thanksgiving. I have a lot to be thankful for. And I think sometimes people forget that. They just think about all the things they're doing and their dinner and everything else. But right. I think a lot of people, and I think you should do this at least once a week, maybe on Sunday. Have one day a week where you think of Thanksgiving, because we all, even if we're sick, even if we have problems, on the other side, almost everybody can find things they're thankful for. So why do
Amen.
it just once a year?
Amen,
once
Steve.
a week is better.
I agree, Steve. Thanks for the call, buddy.
Okay, God bless.
All right. And we did have a great Thanksgiving as well. We had a lot of friends around and a lot of family. And so we're thankful for that. All right. Phone lines are open. 1-877-969-8600. We're getting ready to take the next call in just a second here. Remember, the Fortifeye Digestive Bundle is available at fortifeye.com. And what we're doing, we're taking the latest in probiotics and the latest in enzyme therapy. We're constantly upgrading this. Remember, we also have the catalase. We have minerals and probiotics and some other things in the enzymes. So this is one of the top enzyme formulas out there. So check it out. You can buy them one at a time at fortifeye.com. The bundle gives you both the enzymes and the probiotics at a pretty good discount. So check it out, fortifeye.com. All right, let's go to Tucson, Arizona. I think it's Moon in Tucson, Arizona. Good morning. Thanks for holding. Good morning. Hello, Moon, Tucson, Arizona.
Yes. It's super duper here. It's nice and cloudy, and it's going to be in the 70s.
Arizona is a place that people, believe it or not, live longer than other states, especially right around Sedona. All right. Sedona is like a blue zone. So you should go hang out at Sedona, take your shoes off, and sit barefooted in the mountains of Sedona for a little bit and see if, you can get some of that longevity vibes.
Yeah. I've been over there, and it's beautiful. I mean, just driving in Sedona, you can feel your own difference in your body, because it's so beautiful. I don't know what else to explain it.
Right.
Anyway, I got a question. I just turned 73 in July.
Right.
And I got put on fish oil, 1,000 milligrams omega-3.
Right.
Okay, and this is the first time I heard you're talking about fish oil and everything. So I've never read the ingredients. You said read your ingredients,
Right.
and it says take one tablet twice a day for lower triglyceride or something like that.
Triglycerides, right?
Triglyceride, yeah. Well, it says fish oil 1,000 milligrams. Then it says EPA, ethylene acid or something like that.
Right. EPA and DHA is probably in it too.
Yeah, DHA and it says 180 milligrams the EPA, and the DH is 120 milligrams.
Yeah.
Total omega-3 fatty acids is 300. Am I good?
It's. I hate to say it, but I'm pretty blunt on this show. It's useless. Okay.
Wow.
That's called 1812, and that's a typical commercial grade. Okay. That's only 180 EPA, 120 DHA. I mean, the total omega-3 is only 300. Most of the studies indicate you need to have between 1,000 and 3,000 milligrams of omega-3 based on your weight. Okay. So, and also I can guarantee that that's an ethyl ester molecule that has ethanol attached to the backbone. So that's the type that can interfere with digestion. It can cause you to belch up a nasty burp taste, but it's very inefficient. It's unstable. It goes rancid very quickly. Remember, you want to look and make sure the label says RTG form. So RTG or TG or triglyceride form. All right. This form goes right into your digestive system and goes right into your bloodstream. The type that's an ethyl ester molecule has to go through your liver on a daily basis to cleave off the ethanol and place a triglyceride backbone so it can absorb into your system. But that's probably not enough to lower your triglycerides, okay? Not to be self-promoting and just to promote Fortifeye, but our Fortifeye Super Omega has 1,600 milligrams in a dosage. And then our Fortifeye Super Omega Max has 2,400 milligrams of omega-3 versus 300, okay? How much do you weigh? How much do you weigh?
225.
Yeah, so I would recommend the Omega Max, the Fortifeye Super Omega-3 Max to you. Take 2 a day, and then obviously let your physician know you're taking 2 a day. And then next time they take your triglyceride and your cholesterol ratio probably will improve a little, and your triglycerides should come down, okay? But with the levels that you're taking, 180 and 120, it probably won't put a dent in your triglycerides at all.
Wow. But it says here, this product contains fish, anchovies, mackerel, sardines, oil, and soy.
Well, good. It contains the good fish, but they shouldn't have put the soy in there. So we don't put any soy in our fish oil either. So remember, most soy is genetically modified, and it's not the best thing in the world for your body. So it doesn't sound like it's the best. I mean, you can go to our website at fortifeye.com, go to the Fortifeye Super Omega-3 Max, look at the studies and the science and the research. And then if you don't buy the Omega Max, at least go and use that as a template to go to a good health food store and look and see if they have a product that's similar, that's a re-esterified triglyceride form. You'll find that it's probably a lot more expensive than ours. But at least
I look at RTG.
Yeah, it needs to be RTG form. So it should say that someplace on the bottle, or say natural triglyceride form. If it doesn't, if it doesn't say that, it's an ethyl ester form. They're not going to call it ethyl ester because people are intelligent. They're not going to buy it if it's an ethyl ester form. The things you learn from listening to the radio.
The closest nutrition is GNC that I have close by. Is that good?
Well, yeah, I think that's a good place, but I don't know if they have any of the triglyceride form omega-3. You could call them and ask them, and they might not even know. So, and you can always order on fortifeye.com. Just go to the website or call Arlene or Mary or Mandy at the toll-free number, and they can drop ship it to Arizona. We have a lot of people in Arizona that buy from our website and buy from our company.
Okay, the number that I got, I didn't get the first three. 753-4014.
All right, that's the Lange Eye Institute. I'm going to give you the phone number for Fortifeye Vitamins. Get a pen and paper, okay?
Yes, I got it right now.
All right, here you go. It's 866
866
503
503
9746.
9746.
Yes, sir.
And also, just to let you know, I'm a Vietnam veteran in 1969, so I've been going through a lot of changes, and I'm listening to your program that's enlightened me that I've been taking everything wrong, from eye drops to this vitamin. So thank you very much. I appreciate your show.
Well, Moon, thanks for your service. We appreciate that, and God bless you.
Thank you very much for your show and the rest of your tribe there, okay?
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
God bless. Thank you.
Doc Call, that's what it's all about, being able to help people, isn't it? Well, I don't know if Doc Call is there. Yep. There's Doc Call. You there?
I'm here.
I said that's what it's about, helping people, isn't it? Yeah, I lost you for a second.
Absolutely. That's a good feeling for us at the end of the day when we can, and you and I usually meet in the hallway at the end of the day. We do a fist bump, and we're pretty happy with what we can do. It's not an ego thing. It's just it just makes us feel good. But one thing I do want to add to this whole conversation is something that I came up with years and years ago, and you liked it and adopted it into our little mantra type thing. And but it goes, we're very proud of what we put into our products, but we're equally as proud of what doesn't go into the products. And I don't think other companies can say that. I know earlier you were chomping at the bit. I know you well, my friend. You were chomping at the bit to expose the company that we both know very well, major company, and they got shut down just because their vitamins weren't what they said they were.
Right.
And you don't have to worry with us folks. We're very, very aware of what's going on in the world. Dr. Lange and I do our research daily on what's going on, and you can rest assured you're getting the best quality out there. And but I just wanted to add that to it. And also for the last caller, Dr. Lange, let's remind him rather about the omega-6 and 9. A lot of companies now they're promoting the fact of their omega-3s are better because they include omega-3, 6, and 9. We don't. I'm often asked why we don't include those. And because they're inflammation starters. They trigger inflammation. They'll create inflammation. So you don't want that. We do need those in our body, but we get enough. We're okay. We don't need to add more. And they will absolutely do the opposite of what you want that omega-3 to do, right?
That's absolutely correct. You want just omega-3, and you want to preferably get it made from Norway, a product of Norway. And remember, look and see, it says RTG or TG form, or it says natural triglyceride form. And there's a little test that everybody can do that can listen. If they're not sure, take your fish oil and squeeze it into a styrofoam cup. If it rots a hole through that styrofoam cup in 10 minutes, it's got ethanol attached to the backbone. That's an ethyl ester molecule. Now, remember, that's a very unstable molecule. It goes rancid very quickly. It doesn't absorb well. So the triglyceride form or reesterified triglyceride form of omega-3 absorbs much quicker, so you can take less. And yes, sir.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to put a point in there of what you just said. Isn't that a scary thing that something we're going to put in our body will melt through plastic? I mean, that's just crazy. I had two of my patients last week I have these little styrofoam cups that they take home, and I say, try it. Put your omega-3 in one, put ours in the other, come back in 10 minutes, tell me what happens. And they called me back at the office and said, oh my God, they melted through the cup. Now that's scary to me. I mean, why in the world do you put something like that in your body that's going to melt through plastic? But what's it doing to you on the inside?
And that's also why a lot of people have digestive problems. And that's why fish oil gets a bad rep, okay? Because when they take this ethyl ester molecule, they can get bloating, they can get irritation and stomach pains and cramping, so they don't take it, and they think all fish oil is created the same. Well, all fish oil is not created equal. And, we were talking about digestion today. And so one big thing is don't be using the ethyl ester molecule of fish oil. Remember, you can eat fish. If you eat sardines and anchovies and wild Alaskan salmon, most of you don't get stomach cramping because those fish do not have ethanol in them. I just want to mention Fortifeye Rejuvenate, Fortifeye Fit Pro, and Fortifeye Eye Pressure Support will be out before the end of the year. Also, probably our new vegan super protein will also be out before the end of the year. Doc Hall, you got about 10 seconds to say adios. All right. Well, I got 17 seconds now. I think Doc's gone. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Get out. It's a beautiful day. Get some exercise and some grounding and some of that sun. I'm out of here. See ya.